Welcome back. For a veteran journalist, there's probably nothing worse than investing weeks and months of your life on a blockbuster story only to see your bosses reject it. That's exactly what happened at Bloomberg News last year. The investigative story could have triggered a scandal. It was about financial links between the families of leaders in China and one of the wealthiest men in that country. The bosses at Bloomberg said the story was not ready for publication, and that triggered a different scandal, with claims that Bloomberg was trying to protect its business interests in China at the expense of its integrity. The New York Times reported back in November that the Bloomberg bosses feared their reporters in China would be expelled if the story ran. Fewer reporters in China, less access to China, might have meant fewer sales of Bloomberg's pricey computer terminals, which provide most of the company's profits. In the wake of this, 3 reporters and editors have quit Bloomberg. And one of them, Ben Richardson, has now come forward to talk about it. He joined me earlier from Hong Kong, and as you watch, ask yourself, what would you have done if you were him? So first there's that journalistic issue, and then there's also the business issue.
Yes, yes. And I think the problem is, what most people don't understand is that there are certain red lines you can't cross in China. And one of those is to poke around in the affairs of the members of the ruling Politburo. So, you know, that's, apart from that, almost anything else is fair game.
I'm sure a lot of viewers at home wonder what it feels like to spend so much time reporting and editing a story and never have it appear anywhere, and then to resign because of that. So what does it feel like for you personally?
Well, I spent a couple of months feeling pretty angry about the way that the story was mismanaged, because I think this entire situation could have been avoided. And it's extremely frustrating. I mean, you know, just to put this in context, at the end of 2012, you know, we garnered a bunch of awards, and there was, you know, a lot of, backslapping going on inside the company. You know, we were fated, I guess, and, you know, we were feeling pretty good about ourselves. And then we were encouraged to embark on a similar story, never disencouraged. You know, so we worked 4 people with a lot of help from other colleagues. You know, we spent the best part of 7 or 8 months working on this story. And that's a big chunk of your life. And, you know, you invest a lot of emotional capital in a story like that.
What would the repercussions have been if Bloomberg had published your story?
Well, that's a very good question, because no one knows. I mean, it's very hard to believe that the Chinese government would throw Bloomberg out of the country. That was the main reason that Matt gave for, you know, not wanting to run these kind of stories. You know, I've heard senior executives, you know, have met you know, very senior officials in China and have been told that Bloomberg's terminals are, they can't live without them. So, you know, it doesn't quite gel for me. It's not in China's interest to throw out a major news organization. I mean, it looks terrible. I mean, generally, I think they welcome the increased transparency and scrutiny, you know, in many areas of society. It's just, as I say, there's this one particular red line. So I, you know, personally, and here's the other thing, the irony of it all, of course, is that, you know, the fact that Bloomberg's management allowed a bunch of journalists to spend, you know, more than half a year poking around in territory that we'd already been told not to look at, you know, we may as well have published. We were damned anyway.
Ben Richardson, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to post much more of my interview with Ben Richardson on our website on CNN.com. You can find all of our week's media stories on the Reliable Sources blog there.